I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Vita and Chip and Colpy.
So
this is a new thing. We're doing Oasis, Wonderwall.
When we were doing Grunge Week, people were saying, "Oh, about Oasis," but Oasis is,
I actually have heard this song before.
Okay.
So let the record show.
These guys.
Sori knows something that Vin doesn't know.
It's probably going to be a corny song that I don't like.
I think it's one of the ones I heard when I was working.
I'm automatically giving it a 2 right now.
Oh my word! Hey, shout out to Becky. I think it was yesterday was her birthday. The way our videos come out is kind of weird.
Oh, for real? For real?
Yeah.
For real? I thought it was Tuesday, which would be today.
No, Tina was messaging me, and Tina's like, we finally had they figured it out together that her birthday was on the 11th, which is today.
Pass my guitar.
It's all the way over there.
Oh, all right. Well, pretend I have a guitar. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Dum 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 dum. Here's my
Happy
birthday to you. Dum 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 dum. Happy birthday. Dear Becky, love it. Dum, 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 dum. Happy birthday to you. Okay.
Little skull. Look, I set that thing up, and your head's getting cut off now. Oh, there you go.
I messed up my vocal cords for Becky. That's love right there.
Yep, that is.
Huh?
Yep.
Huh? Love right there.
Yep.
All right, so this is the Wonderwall thing. This is they're not a grunge band. They're an alternative band.
Okay.
Somebody sent me an email and said, all those bands are not grunge, they're alternative. So then I said it was alternative week, and then people said, well, if you're doing alternative, then you have to do Oasis, and then da-da-da-da. So anyway, so this is Wonderwall.
Okay.
And the album is What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
I thought I had something else to tell you guys, but...
You have nothing to say.
Becky, I'm sorry I didn't get to the post office today to send out your shirt, so...
This is probably going to be a 2, because you like it.
I didn't say I liked it. I said I know it.
Oh, okay.
Because I might have heard it when I was working.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ready?
Sure.
Go.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there were winding.
Did you really never hear it before? Never heard it before?
This came out in 1995.
What'd you think of it?
Nah, I was steeped in my hip hop at the time.
What'd you think? What, babe?
Well, I wanted to dislike the song,
Oh, but you liked it.
but I actually liked the song. So,
Why'd you want to dislike it?
because you had heard it, and I don't like the fact that they wrote a song that you liked and I didn't know about.
It has kind of a fun sound to it, but like a throwbacky sort of sound.
Yeah, it was a little bit dated. Mm-hmm. I could tell it's from the 90s. Mm-hmm. But
I don't know what a Wonderwall is, though.
I have no idea.
I just assumed it was like someone that you, like if you had a, like it's a weird word, Wonderwall, but wonder kind of makes you think like, oh, possibilities and wonder and stuff, and I don't know.
Maybe it's about Trump.
Oh, babe, stop!
Shout out to Leah. We were in the Patreon Alliance meeting, and she somehow found a way to get Trump in there.
Well, you think about the Wailing Wall. You know, like they go there and they put their prayers and they cry.
Yeah, that's what Trump's
But this
trying
is
to
a
build.
Wonder Wall. So, it's like
Yeah.
where you go to
To be happy.
yeah.
Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
I know, you hate all that stuff because it's never going to work. People
What
don't
do you
actually
mean?
save each other.
What do you mean I hate it?
Every time I hear stuff like that, I'm like, there goes Vin. Because you're like, people shouldn't think that because, and I agree with you, it's destructive if you think some person, some singular human being is going to walk into your life and save you. And a lot of people think a relationship is going to do that.
Well,
Some of them.
Jesus walked into my life and saved me.
Yes, but that's not what they're talking about here.
Oh, another weak, sinful human being that's just as empty and vacuous as you are is gonna somehow find a way to carry the
I
weight
told
and
you.
burden of your
He's
soul.
got a problem with that.
Sure. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Seems like,
I
look,
don't know what they're saying.
I think people throw it back to you. I think maybe rumors about him. Maybe they're gonna come back to her and say, "Hey, he's got all these problems," and he's saying, "Don't worry about that because I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you." Mm-hmm. That's a very interesting sentiment to me. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Because I think that that's true, but I don't think people realize how amazing that is. There's 8 billion people on the planet,
Yeah.
320 million people in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all those people, you can find somebody that loves you and has a higher view of your whatever, value, worth, whatever you want to call it, than anybody else on the planet in any period of time. That's a pretty significant thing if you can find it.
Yeah.
Like there's a show that we're watching, like Adam and Eve. It's like they were the only ones there.
Right.
It's like Eve or
Do you
the
think she
rhinoceros.
ever asked him that, like later on when more people were walking the face of the planet? Because they lived so long.
I don't think so because it was all their kids.
Yeah, but once she understood the concept of like more people, do you think she was ever thinking, what if there was more than just me? Like, would you have picked me? Or I don't. The reason why I don't think that she thought or asked that is because her and Adam's relationship doesn't sound very romantic after the fall.
Yeah.
Because she says, I got a man from the Lord. Like, says nothing about Adam, and we know that Adam had something to do with it.
Seems Eve had little use for Adam after the fall.
Well, I think that he made himself look like a punk, when he threw her underneath the bus.
Yeah, I don't think she ever really let that go.
That's the thing. Because you know what? It was a pretty cowardly thing to do. And I understand, like, that must have been really scary. Like, God was coming and asking you, like, what happened?
Yeah, but I'm sure that he was all angry looking.
Yeah. Yeah, which would make it worse.
I'm sure he looked very nice.
Yeah, it would just make it worse. So I think that once...
Hey kids, what happened? Tell Dad
honestly,
what happened.
I think that like cowardly behavior is very hard for a woman to like get past. Like I think that a lot of times like she'll still love you, but like sideways, she's looking at you a little bit sideways like,
And he's soft, Duke.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like poor old what's his face there?
Yeah.
Don't mention any names because they'll ruin the show.
I wasn't gonna mention names.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Which of course may or may not be true. Because there are other people that if you let them get into your gravity to the degree that that special someone has could probably feel that way. But I don't feel that. But see, I feel like I'm a special case. I don't think that people can feel about you the way I feel about you. I don't think it. Because they're only going to be seeing the, you know, how beautiful you are and blah, blah, blah. They didn't see what I saw when I first saw you. So it's different. But everybody that feels that way feels that way. But I'm right. That's the difference. I'm objectively right.
I don't think everybody feels that way.
That when they're in the height of being in love with someone, that they don't think that
the height?
how they feel is about the person is the way that other people have felt.
No,
about
I guess
them.
if you're talking about the height, because like if you look at stages of a relationship, depends on when you would ask the person. Like, I think there's times that people would be like, "Nah, I think that somebody would love you more." You know what I mean?
Really? That's weird. All the roads we have to walk.
Not like I'm not talking about like us. Well, I don't know. Like I don't know because sometimes I don't know.
You don't know what.
No, I feel like I love you a lot, but then I feel like, well, what if there would like you had somebody else that didn't like get sad when you were sad, like, then maybe that would be like considered them loving you more. I don't know.
Well, that's not what he says. What he says is, I don't believe that anybody feels the way that I do about you now.
Oh.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm
Oh, no.
sure you've heard it all before, but you really never had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way that I do about you now.
So the word is out that she's not really.
She's not feeling him like that anymore.
Oh no. The word is on the street. What a horrible way to find out.
Yeah, but he's not really affected by that. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you really never had a doubt. He's basically saying, yeah, you don't like me like that anymore, but you know that I still like you like that.
Oh yeah.
Because he doesn't make it about how she feels, he makes it about how he feels.
And he's saying, so when he says, I'm sure you've heard it all before, like all the I love yous and the way that he expresses his love to her?
Well, or people in general. And he's saying that she can rest in the fact that, hey, even though you don't have that fire in your heart, I saw the fire in your heart, and that's going to be enough to carry us. All the roads we have to walk.
We don't have that number, so I don't want it to shut off and then we don't know it's not recorded.
Be quiet! All the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you,
But I don't know how.
but I don't know how. That's the biggest thing. That's why I said, I was telling Carmen when we were in Cali, like the probably the most underrated song in the world is that Schism song from Tool.
Yeah.
When it's talking about communication.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard a song that's like devoted specifically to communication.
Yeah. But communication is so key.
But you know, he talks about all the roads we have to walk are winding and the lights that lead us there are blinding. Like it's very hard to get there. To get to that, you know, moment of actual having that love that you have for the other person and having them be able to do it back.
Yeah.
And all the obstacles that get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I think that that's like one of the most native experiences to human beings is that you have these two people and they finally found each other, but then there's all these obstacles that get in the way of being able to kind of reach the promised land. You know, because and it's like I always say, like we already have a set template for how to work those things out, because you know we've got biblical ideas and we've got, you know, archetypes of, okay, you know, love your wife like Christ loved the church, who loved her and gave himself up for her, and you know, all that stuff. And so there's a whole concept of, you know, we've got a template laid out that we can refer to
Yep.
and kind of measure ourselves against, and we had a very, very good conversation a couple nights ago, but earlier in the day that, we had been praying, I prayed for you and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that affects the conversations that happen later.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we had a conversation even the night before that, and like it kind of inspired me to start praying about some different things, and then you were praying in the morning, and
Right.
then we had another conversation that night.
Right. I think it gives us a decided advantage. I'm not saying there's no commentary on better or worse or anything like that. I'm just saying that we have an advantage instead of having to reinvent the wheel and make it up ourselves and figure out.
Yeah.
We can pretty quickly figure out what's going on because we've got this template to measure it against.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it easy, but when he talks about the road is winding and the lights are blinding, it's kind of like you're just trying to feel your way out, trying to figure out how to make this thing work, which a lot of people are.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where sometimes you think that the biblical commands for how relationships are supposed to operate are constricting, when in reality it's like, well, it's good to have a roadmap and a GPS.
Right.
Like, that's very helpful.
Yep.
Because as you guys can see, I'm a very difficult person to get along with. That's obvious. So how to find ways to navigate around these big personalities and things like that are
It's wild too, because sometimes the obstacles that you had to overcome just to even find each other or get together, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
is like
Right.
astronomical. And
Yeah.
then it's like, and then like communication can become the undoing. And it's like, how can it be that like you can slay dragons, but a conversation is so difficult?
right.
You
Right.
know?
Right. Because we've slain some pretty
Yeah, we've been through some stuff.
we've slain some pretty big dragons, and
I'm telling you, if we made a movie, we'd make
Yeah.
a killing off that movie.
we would destroy the box office with our
Yeah, we would.
with the stuff that we've
Some
done.
people would hate us even more. To be able to hear all the behind the scene,
Yeah, we've lived a lot of life
Yeah,
as individuals and then together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, you guys would be in love with the romance of it for sure.
It's some edge of the seat shit.
Yeah,
Shaw.
yeah.
Yeah, and then of course he says, I don't think Wonderwall, what is that? You're gonna be the one that saved me after all, you're my Wonderwall. What did you say it was?
Well, I just
You're
said...
the expert on this song.
No, I'm not the expert, babe. I just said, like, I don't know, maybe the... when you think about the Wailing Wall, that's where people go to pray, to cry, to, so maybe the Wonderwall is something that's like, it's the place that you go where all your dreams are going to come true. So because it's not going good, he said at the beginning, and the word is on the street, she doesn't really love him.
The locus of his salvation is in this woman. So Wonderwall is just, hey, you're the thing that's going to save me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's obvious that he's not looking at it, with two clear eyes.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think that's such a dangerous,
because I know that you think it's dangerous.
terrible thing.
This is a romantic stuff.
Like, you think this is romantic? Like, if I genuinely said, "Babe, you're my Wonderwall," you think that that's romantic?
No.
Yeah,
that
you
would
would.
scare me.
Stop lying.
That would scare me.
Would it? But
Yeah.
you'd like it at the same time. It would scare you, and you'd like it at the same time. Tell the people the truth.
But I want you to be my Wonderwall. But I
Yeah.
don't want you to think that I'm your Wonderwall.
Oh,
Because I know I can't live up to that.
right,
So I don't want that pressure.
right. But you
But
want
you can live under that pressure.
you want to put that pressure. Yeah, I said a million times, like, I'm not your God. We should just have a GoPro on us for 24/7. People would get a kick out.
You know what I was thinking? I was
Oh,
like,
God.
people wouldn't believe... No, this is not that bad.
Okay.
People wouldn't believe, like, the stuff that goes on, like, there's parts of our lives that are very chaotic, and then there's some stuff that's, like, very scheduled. Like, I get out of the shower, and I have this lotion that I put on my belly that's supposed to help with stretch marks or whatever. I don't know if it's actually going to work or not, but it smells so horrible. And every morning, I'm so grossed out by it, but yet I still use it because it does help my stomach feel less stretchy, like, less dry and stuff. But every morning I put it on, and then I was like realizing that it's like the same thing. Every morning I take it out, I'm making a horrible face, I rub the stuff on my stomach, and I say, oh God, as I'm going over and I wash the stuff off my hands. Every morning, it's like, it never changes. I know it's gonna smell, and every morning I'm saying these same things.
Okay.
So I'm saying if there was a GoPro, there would be some like stuff that they'd be like, okay, this is just an act. No, it's not. I'm by myself and I'm saying this out loud. Every morning it's the same thing. But then there's some other things about us that's kind of like out there that's not like scheduled and rigid, and it would be very interesting if there was 2 GoPros, you and me. So then you get both angles, do a split screen.
Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you. You know what this, I've been getting a certain type of feeling when I'm reading these lyrics. I'm like, where? The dude from You
Yeah.
could have written this song. Especially this part. By now, you should have realized what you're not to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's how he talks. Like, you knew you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Whatever. What was the girl's name?
I wanted to say Emma, but it wasn't Emma.
It was Beck.
Beck. Yes.
And her name was Guinevere, but somehow it turned into...
No, her last name was Beck.
So I feel like today was going to be the day that she breaks up with him, but they'll never throw it back to you. Like, they're never going to feel for you the way I feel for you, basically. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do.
Oh, you're not supposed to break up with me?
You're not supposed to break up. What's wrong with you? I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Mm-hmm. And then it goes back to the pre-chorus, and then...
You're right, though. It could
Wonderwall.
fit.
He could have definitely sang that song.
Yeah.
Spooky as hell. This song gives me this... Like, when we're watching You and the dude like is telling her what she should have, you shouldn't have done this, Beck, or
yeah,
I'm gonna
when he says it or he thinks it.
When he thinks it, yeah, and then he's like, I'm gonna give you another shot or whatever. Like,
you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah,
it's extremely uncomfortable. I don't like it when dudes talk to women like they're like their children or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't even like it when you come to me and say, I'm like, you're a grown-ass woman! Make your own decision! I'll be like, yeah, I get mad at you. Why can't you just make your own decision?
I felt the creepiest when... Oh no, that'd be a spoiler.
Yeah, you don't feel very creeped out by that guy because you are that guy. Like... If we vice versa our relationship, like, it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
You're that dude, for sure.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it, babe.
Yeah. This song is, but at the same time, I don't know, I like the melody. And he's a bad singer too. He's like, maybe gonna be the one that saves me. But I like that because I'm a bad singer and I feel like I can replicate what he's saying. You know, can't all be Ronnie James Dio. Speaking of Ronnie James Dio, we finally figured out the Children of the Night thing. So when does that start?
We did.
76 bucks.
It starts as soon as I just go on and say, hey, we're gonna start donating.
Figured it out. 76 bucks a month. What does that get the kid?
In 1 year, it will support, like, it'll get one teenager off the streets into a home, medical attention, education, because it takes like 50 hours to have like a one-on-one tutor that can tutor them to get their GED equivalent. And so basically it sets them up not to get into trafficking and stuff like that. So, but it'll take $76 a month for 1 year. That'll take care of one teenager.
So
we're doing that with our patrons. Like, we're all...
Our Patreon group got together and we're doing that, and so we're doing that every month. So shout out to the patrons.
Yep.
So we basically took care of kids.
I wasn't going to say it public. Oh, okay. I'm going to announce it on Patreon tonight, and this will get released tomorrow.
We took care of kids in Yemen.
Yep.
The patrons did, and then now we're taking care of kids at home. So it's cool. Shout out to the patrons. Much love, guys. Okay. Okay. So
what do you give it?
It's an 8.5. I actually really enjoyed the song. Like, this is one of those songs where if it popped up in a playlist, I wouldn't skip it.
No, me neither.
Did you eat all the red ones?
No, there's more red ones. This is
I wouldn't skip
oh my
this song.
gosh. There's only one blue in the package, babe. Orion really wanted that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. It's a 9.5 for me. I really like it.
A 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
What did I give it?
8.5. But
I'm gonna say an 8.5.
I like the
I
feel
can
of
see
it.
how you could do it as a 9.5.
I like the feel of it.
Because you're kind of like that stalkerish type person.
Well, it wasn't about the words so much as it is about the feel of the song. But yeah, I am.
I do like when people make up words. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well, you made up some words. A word.
Yeah. Now I'm staying with 8.5 though. Good song though.
You can.
Vin
I'll
out.
allow it.
Vin out.
I'll watch you tonight while you sleep.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Yeah.